Denny Hamlin is undeniably one of the biggest names in NASCAR today, but lately, he's also become the loudest voice in a battle that could send shockwaves through the entire sport. What began as behind-the-scenes tension has erupted into legal conflict, public scrutiny, and growing uncertainty about his future. And now, a serious question is hanging in the air. Is Denny Hamlin on his way out at 23XI Racing? What started as a business disagreement has now escalated into something much deeper, a high-stakes showdown that's dragging Hamlin, his team, and NASCAR itself into uncharted territory. The clock is ticking, and so are Hamlin's options. Let's rewind. NASCAR's charter system was always about maintaining control over who races, who profits, and who gets left out in the cold. When the system was introduced back in 2016, it promised stability. 36 teams were granted guaranteed entries into every Cup Series event, along with a share of the prize pool. These weren't just race spots, they were essentially golden tickets. With a charter, a team had financial security, television exposure, and long-term value. Without one, you had to claw your way into every race just to survive. Miss a single event, and your whole season could collapse like a shaky house of cards. That's exactly the storm 23XI Racing finds itself in now. Co-owned by Denny Hamlin and NBA icon Michael Jordan, the team declined to sign NASCAR's latest charter extension deal. Alongside Front Row Motorsports, they stood their ground, and NASCAR pushed back hard. So hard, in fact, that it all ended up in court. But here's the catch. The court didn't side with them. Judge Kenneth Bell rejected their request to continue racing with their charters during the legal battle. In simple terms, that left them exposed, racing without protection, without guarantees, and without mercy. Overnight, these teams went from locked-in contenders to open entries, forced to qualify on speed with no fallback. Imagine that. One day, you're booked for every race, flush with sponsor backing and a full calendar. The next, you're fighting for scraps just to make the grid. And with only 16 races left and 6 cars between the two teams, the margin for error has completely vanished. One poor qualifying session could be a disaster. Miss a race, and sponsors start asking tough questions. Miss a few, and you could be out of funding, out of momentum, and out of time. Despite all of this, Hamlin has stayed remarkably composed, at least in public. When asked about the situation, he gives the same cryptic response. Come December 1st, all will be revealed. It doesn't sound like a reassurance. It sounds like a warning. What is he hinting at? What truth is about to come to light? Hamlin isn't saying yet, but the countdown has already begun. And this isn't just about courtrooms and contracts, it's also about dollars. A full season Cup Series team can cost anywhere from $10 to $30 million to operate. And sponsors, they want stability. They want guaranteed TV time and exposure, not legal uncertainty. When a team loses its charter, the business side starts to crumble. Money dries up. Employees get nervous. Drivers start wondering if they'll even have a seat next weekend. That's not racing anymore, it's survival. Behind the scenes, Hamlin is juggling 2 massive responsibilities. He's still one of the top drivers in the Cup Series, a threat to win on any given weekend, but he's also a team co-owner fighting to keep his organization from collapsing. When asked how he stays focused, Hamlin puts it simply, "When I get in the car, nothing else matters. I give 100%, no matter what's going on off the track. But even the most locked-in mindset has its limits, especially when everything around you is on fire. And it's not just about Hamlin's career anymore. It's about the future of 23XI Racing, a team that entered the sport with big ambition, star power, and Jordan's legendary name behind it. A team that is now fighting for its life, one race at a time. Every time they make the starting grid, it's a small victory. Every time a sponsor sticks around, it's a flicker of hope. But with no charter, no guarantees, and no legal win yet, the pressure is getting unbearable. NASCAR isn't known for giving in, and if Hamlin is trying to force change, he has no choice but to go all in, because anything less could mean the end of everything he's worked to build. Right now, every single race weekend is a tightrope act for 23XI and Front Row. They've got to be fast enough to qualify, sharp enough to avoid mistakes, and tough enough to keep the whole team from falling apart under the stress. We saw this playing out in real time at Dover. 6 cars from the 2 teams rolled in as open entries. No safety net, no guaranteed starting spots, just raw pressure. And for the drivers, it's brutal. One bad run could be career-altering. It's not just about winning, it's about staying employed. Crew members, mechanics, engineers, over 100 people are now living race to race, paycheck to paycheck. The tension is real. and it's relentless. Hamlin may be trying to stay focused on the racing, but there's no escaping what's happening behind the scenes. As a driver for Joe Gibbs Racing, he's still elite. More than 50 Cup wins, countless top 5 finishes, and a regular threat in the championship fight. But right now, it's not about stats. It's about legacy. Will this battle define him as a trailblazer or someone who bet everything and lost? There's also unfinished business looming at one of the sport's crown jewels, the Brickyard 400 at Indianapolis. It's the one major race that has slipped through Hamlin's fingers. He's come heartbreakingly close before, like in 2020, leading with 6 laps to go before a blown tire took him out. It's a race he badly wants. A win there could remind everyone just how dangerous he still is on the track, even while chaos swirls around him off of it. But here's where things get even more intense. The court's initial ruling didn't go Hamlin's way. The judge made it clear, unless things take a dramatic turn, like sponsors walking away or key personnel jumping ship, the court won't step in. And that's the nightmare scenario, because if the team does start falling apart, it might be too late for any legal win to matter. And Hamlin, he keeps repeating the same line. Come December 1st, all will be revealed, over and over. It's more than just a date. It's a threat, or maybe a promise. So what exactly is going to be exposed? Is this about more than just charters? Could it be about how NASCAR operates at its core? The power, the politics, the control? Whatever it is, Hamlin clearly believes it's worth risking everything, sponsors, legal bills, even his team's future, to get the truth out. And that's why people are starting to ask, is this the end of Denny Hamlin as a team owner? If this legal fight fails, 2311 could collapse. If funding dries up, they might fold. If the court doesn't intervene, it could all be over. And even if they limp to the end of the season, the long-term outlook remains shaky, unless something changes. And don't forget, this isn't just Hamlin's fight, it's Michael Jordan's too. One of the greatest athletes of all time put his name, money, and reputation into this team. Now even he's caught in the middle of a storm no one saw coming, a battle over fairness, money, and the future of the sport itself. So what happens next? That's the million-dollar question. December 1st is approaching fast. Hamlin promises answers. The court will make its call, but until then, the risks keep rising, the tension keeps building, and every race feels like a final exam. So now we ask, is Hamlin taking a stand for what's right, or playing a high-risk game that could leave him with nothing? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe, because if Hamlin's right and the truth does come out, it might just change NASCAR forever.